13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hi, am I in the air?
Do I have everybody's attention now? Do I have everybody's attention now?
Don, I got you.
Do I have everybody's
Sunday
attention
night.
now?
You put them cameras on me, then you must be willing to get that heart touch. This a must-see feeling. The news ain't good, then it must be villain. So I say a tag grounded. I don't trust these ceilings. Spread across your nose, and I'm on your ear. Highest necks on the cloud. Hammer in the air. Sunday nights, prime time. I flex my better. Voltron transform to DX Don. Mega and off-scene. You probably think I'm nice, cause I flow like a stream to your wireless device. And the smoke full of steam on any given night. I'll short like a piece of any given slice. And for the latest and what is best about I tune in and tune the rest out, Don. You gotta tell them, am I in the clear? Is this thing on? Am I on the air? On the air?
Well, what is going down, everybody? Welcome back to another brand new edition of Am I on the Air? It's season 26, episode 17, and tonight's show is titled Dog Days Are Over. My name is Don Mega, and I'm your host, and I'm so happy that you're here to join me to get caught up with everything going on in the world of entertainment, television, movies, reviews, non-spoiler. You come right here to Am I on the Air? On a week-to-week basis, we're going to break it all down for you. We're talking about the news from May 3rd through May 9th. We're going to be talking a couple movie reviews, couple TV shows, and then we're going to get right into the news of the week. So let's not waste any time. We're going to start right in with the number one movie in the world, ladies and gentlemen, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now, of course, again, this is non-spoiler. Don't freak out, okay? We're going to lightly touch on this one. And don't worry, for those of you looking for the big spoiler review, it is coming. I am assembling the team. I'm thinking tomorrow we're going to link up and we're going to do the big Am I Still on the Air spoiler review. So keep your eyes posted for that. But right now it's non-spoiler, okay? Peter Quill, still reeling from the loss of Gamora, must rally his team around him to defend the universe along with protecting one of their own. A mission that, if not completed successfully, could quite possibly lead to the end of the Guardians as we know them. So, the third movie in the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise, James Gunn's swan song, writer, director, putting this thing together for over 10 years now. 3 Guardians of the Galaxy movies. I love the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Number 1 is very high up in the echelon of the MCU. I really love Volume 2. I know sometimes people hate on it. Don't know why. Just rewatched it. It's an awesome movie. And then we go into this third one. He did it again, ladies and gentlemen. James Gunn did it again. He goes out on a very high note with the MCU. It really gives me hope for what he's going to do with the DCU now that he's in charge of the DC universe. And Superman, he's doing Superman, kicking off this new extended universe. And I can't wait to see what he does with it, especially after seeing how he wrapped this trilogy up. They've been saying from the beginning this is the end of the road for this version of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Star-Lord, Gamora, Drax, Rocket, Groot, Nebula, Kraglin, Mantis. This core group, that this is the end of it. And how are we going to get there, right? Because this is non-spoiler, do people get killed off? How do we get to a point where it's different Guardians? It's an interesting story, guys, that gets us there. It really, really is. And this is a very Rocket-driven story. We've heard about Rocket's origins in the other 2 movies very loosely. But this movie here, we see the origin. The villain in this film, the High Evolutionary, played by Chakudi Iwuji. You know him mostly from Peacemaker. So he's in here. He's a villain. He is always trying to make the perfect person, the perfect species. And that's where Rocket comes from. So we get a lot of backstory. How was he created? How does he become the Rocket we all know and love? We also get introduced to Adam Warlock, Will Poulter playing Adam Warlock, which was teased in the post-credits scene of Volume 2. So the High Evolutionary, not just the High Evolutionary, but the Sovereign are back because that's what Adam Warlock belongs to. So we see Elizabeth Debicki back there. Of course, all our Guardians are back. And you know, we pick up pretty much right after the Christmas special, right? We're on Nowhere, things are going, and we're off to the races. I really feel like I was gonna try to dance around this, and I'm like, this isn't gonna work for non-spoiler. What I'm gonna say here, without touching on anything of the story, is this movie hits all the notes. It's got drama, it's got heart, it's got laughter, it's got sadness. This I said in my review, this movie made me laugh, it made me cry, it made me laugh again, it made me cry again. Um, Even when you're happy, you're crying in this movie because of the way that this family is and the way that they're put together and the things that they're doing. Make sure you stay through the post credits. There are 2 scenes. Um, what a story, man! And I can't wait to dive in more from a spoiler perspective so we could really talk about it. This is a great end to the trilogy. I don't know if it's my favorite because what I'll say is that it's the darkest. The other 2 movies are very lighthearted, and this movie here is very dark, especially with the Rocket story. So yes, it has that laughter. Yes, of course, it's got great action, but it's dark and it's brooding at times, and that makes it, you know, kind of a hard watch in moments. I'll say this, you know, those of you who've been listening to me, you know, I have a 9-year-old daughter. She loves the Guardians of the Galaxy, loves those first 2 movies. She thought this movie was very sad. It was a hard watch for her. She cried. She was very sad leaving the theater. And even though she said she liked the movie, she straight up told me she didn't even want to watch it again. And I've been trying all week to be like, hey, we should go watch this movie again because I totally want to go see this again. And she's like, nah, I'm good. She's like, that movie's too sad. I can't sit through that again. And that's the first time ever in a Marvel movie that she's never wanted to see it again. And that kind of bums me out, but I get it, right? Because she wants to have a good time. She doesn't want to have her heart broken. And there are moments that do break your heart in this. So, for those of you wondering about kids, this is a tricky one, man. For any kid under 10 years old, this might be a little bit of a rough watch. And there is an F-bomb in this movie, so just be prepared for that as well, too. But overall, I thought Chris Pratt was the best he's ever been. I thought Zoe Saldana was amazing. Bradley Cooper brings it as Rocket. Batista, great as always as Drax. Karen Gillan as Nebula is top-notch in this movie. Her character has developed so much. Palm Clementif as Mantis kills it as always. Vin Diesel, what can you say? I am Groot. Sean Gunn doing his thing. Like we said, Chakudi Iwuji and Will Poulter doing their things as villains. This movie's awesome. It's so fantastic. I need to just wrap this review up because I don't want to spoil anything. Guardians of the Galaxy, go see it in the biggest screen possible. I saw it in IMAX. I loved it, and I can't wait to see it again. And once again, stay tuned for a big spoiler review coming in the next couple days. So I would give Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 5 out of 5 stars. I love this one. It's my favorite movie of the year so far. So there you go. And then my next movie here is a film I actually did not get a chance to see in theaters last month when it came out, but it just hit Peacock, so I was able to stream it, and that is Champions. Champions, directed by Bobby Farrelly, and it stars Woody Harrelson along with Caitlin Olsen. Cheech Marin pops up in this day, and Ernie Hudson. But you've seen this kind of story before, right? A stubborn and hot-headed minor league basketball coach is forced to train a Special Olympics team when he is sentenced to community service. So, you know, he's a stuck-up, egotistical basketball coach. He gets in trouble. He gets pushed to, coach this Special Olympics team. And of course, we're off to the races, right? You've seen this kind of story a million times, but it worked. It worked. It was a fun little watch. You know, I'm glad I didn't see it in the theater. I don't know if I would have loved it in the theater, but sitting at home, chilling, watching it on Peacock, I thought it was a fun watch. I thought it was a decent movie. I thought Woody was great. I thought Caitlin Olsen was great. I thought the kids were all great. This is a really, really good movie. My wife does special needs. She teaches special needs in elementary school. So she's around a lot of the kids like this. And so she got a kick out of this movie as well, too. And we really, really enjoyed it. So check this one out over on Peacock. I'd give Champions 3 out of 5 stars. And then just a heads up. So this Friday, Netflix is dropping the new Jennifer Lopez action movie, The Mother. I've been really excited to see this movie, and I've actually already seen it. So got a little pre-screener from Netflix, and I checked this one out last night. But I'm under embargo and can't talk about it. So I can talk about it starting on May 11th. So check out in the next couple days. I will put out my review. We'll drop a quick bite talking about this movie for a couple minutes and letting you guys know my thoughts on this movie that I was looking very, very forward to checking out. So The Mother, I'll be reviewing on May 11th. You'll see that review drop after 9 p.m. Okay, over on the TV side, the new show I checked out for this week is Silo. This is a new show based on a novel that is on Apple TV Plus. And we love our Apple TV Plus, right? You hear me gush about it all the time. They make the best shows. And this one here is a sci-fi drama fantasy show where it's in the future. Earth has been poisoned, so everybody lives in this silo that's underground. And we start to find out, is it really poisoned up top? Like, can we actually go outside? Are we being held captive in this silo? It's an interesting start. The first couple episodes dropped. I watched the first 2 episodes, and I really, really dig it, and can't wait to see how the mystery unfolds. You got Rashida Jones in this thing. You got Rebecca Ferguson, David Oyelowo, Common, even Tim Robbins. There's a lot of faces that pop up in this, and I can't wait to see where the story takes us. I really can't. So make sure you check out Silo over on Apple TV Plus. And lastly, I finally jumped into Sweet Tooth Season 2. I know I'm a couple weeks late on this one, but just haven't had a chance, man. There's just too many damn shows. I haven't had a chance to start Sweet Tooth yet. But I was looking forward to it because Sweet Tooth Season 1, even though it was a couple years ago, my daughter loved Sweet Tooth Season 1, and we binged that entire season like in one day over the weekend when it came out, because my daughter was so into it and was just like, can we watch another episode? Can we watch another episode? And we just kept watching. So we finally sat down Sunday night and started season 2. Only able to get 1 episode in, but it was great to be back with these characters. It's such an interesting story. The show has been renewed for a third and final season, so congratulations there. And yeah, like I said, only 1 episode in, but we'll be plowing our way through this one, and but we're off to a good start, man. It was a good season premiere, so make sure you check out Sweet Tooth Season 2 over on Netflix. So that's what I got from the review side. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, 5 out of 5 stars now in theaters. Champions, 3 out of 5 stars now streaming over on Peacock. I will be reviewing The Mother, Jennifer Lopez's new action flick, this on the 11th at 9 p.m. So keep an eye out for that. Over on TV, check out Silo on Apple TV Plus and Sweet Tooth Season 2 over on Netflix. All right, let's switch gears. Let's talk box office. Coming in number 10, it's Sisu. Number 9 is Guy Ritchie's new film, The Covenant, which actually hit digital today, so you can rent or buy it starting today. Number 8 is Air, which also starts streaming this week on Amazon Prime. Number 7, Dungeons and Dragons, which is available to own or buy, rent at home right now as well too. Number 6, John Wick Chapter 4. Number 5, Love Again. Number 4, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Number 3, Evil Dead Rise, which also dropped today on digital, so you can rent or own it. Number 2, the Super Mario Brothers movie, finally not number 1 anymore, because number 1 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, bringing in $118 million, which was higher than the estimate. On Sunday night, they said it's going to make about 114. It actually made 118, so it exceeded expectations, which is really, really good. Big debut there for Guardians 3. We'll see how it maintains. It's got great word of mouth right now. It's about a 95% audience rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's about an 80-something% for critics. So hopefully that will carry the movie into multiple viewings. I see mostly positive stuff about it on Twitter. So yeah, we'll see how this one continues to track. It made a lot of money overseas. So together, globally, this movie's already made almost $300 million, which is fantastic. So congratulations there to Guardians of the Galaxy. And with that out the way, we'll switch gears and we'll ramp on into our news of the week from the last week, May 3rd through May 9th. Again, if you'd like to see any of these trailers, full articles, make sure you check out our Twitter page, twitter.com/amiontheair. Even if you don't have a Twitter, you can just go to that URL and check all this stuff out. Or if Facebook's your thing, give us a like over on Facebook at simply Am I on the Air. Okay, we got the first trailer for Dune Part 2. I know for all of you that love Dune Part 1, you're finally getting your sequel. I did not like Dune Part 1, but I'll probably check this one out because I hear it's a lot more action. Hopefully they stick the landing. But we have the first trailer, which looks pretty decent here. It's going to hit theaters on November 3rd, directed again by Denis Villeneuve. Alrighty. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia gets a trailer for season 16, so make sure you check that out. Coming back soon to FX. A new Babylon 5 movie is in development from the original creators. Some well wishes there to Jamie Foxx, who is still in the hospital. That's right, he went in to the hospital in late April for a medical emergency. Don't know much else about it, but he's still in the hospital, and the family is looking for some thoughts and prayers. So shout out to Jamie Foxx. Love that guy, and hopefully he pulls through with whatever the case is. Kevin Costner has officially exited Yellowstone. That's right. After season 5 wraps up, he is donezo. This has been a rumor for a while, and now it is official that Kevin Costner is exiting after season 5. And then they're going to do a Yellowstone spinoff that supposedly will bring in Matthew McConaughey. So we'll keep the universe going just without Kevin Costner. Like I said, Sweet Tooth is getting a season 3, but it will also be the final season. So they're going to be wrapping that story up over on Netflix. We have the trailer for The Clearing, which is Teresa Palmer's new thriller drama that is coming to Hulu. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, the character Mainframe, which is part of Sylvester Stallone's Ravagers, was voiced by Miley Cyrus in Part 2 and got switched out to Tara Strong in Part 3, mainly just due to a scheduling conflict. King of the Hill Revival is coming soon, and it will have a time jump. Just so you know, when it comes back, it'll look a little different. Kaylee Cuoco is leading a new dark comedy called Based on a True Story, and we have your first look at that. The Simpsons is getting a new Star Wars short. I love when The Simpsons does Star Wars shorts. These are on Disney Plus, and the new one's called Rogue Not Quite One. So you can check that out. Tracy Morgan is set to play an Easter Bunny in the upcoming Santa Clauses Season 2. Danny Elfman says he is excited for the long-awaited return when he does Beetlejuice 2, and I got some more news on Beetlejuice 2 a little bit later in the show. Over on Bad Boys 4, they're currently filming, and Tasha Smith will officially be replacing Teresa Randall as the wife of Martin Lawrence's Marcus Burnett character. So don't exactly know why they're switching this out in part 4, but it is happening. Alan Ritchson is out for vengeance in an upcoming action thriller from Timur Bekmambetov, and it's going to be called Motor City. Vampire Academy. Remember, this was a show over on Peacock that got canceled, and the executive producers tried to shop it around to other streamers, and unfortunately, it does not look like anyone else wants to pick it up. So, no good news there. It looks like Vampire Academy is officially dead. Jamie Foxx, we just talked about how he's still in the hospital. He, of course, hosts the show Beat Shazam, and season 6 is coming. So Fox has now confirmed that Nick Cannon and Kelly Osbourne will be filling in for Jamie Foxx and Corinne Fox on the upcoming Beat Shazam season 6. So there you go, man. Again, we hope Jamie pulls through really, really quick. Okay. Kerry Condon is officially joining the cast of Apple Studios' Brad Pitt's new F1 racing movie. We have some set photos of Special Ops Lioness, which is the new Zoe Saldana-led Paramount Plus thriller that she's also doing with Nicole Kidman. So I'm down, man. I'm always down for some Zoe action. Let's do it. Supposedly, a Planet of the Apes Disney Plus TV show is in development. Don't know why they'd be doing this because they're actually making a new movie right now. So I don't know why they would try to pivot to a TV show. Plus, that sounds like a very expensive TV show. So we'll have to keep you posted on that rumor mill right now. The Rings of Power Season 2 release date will not be impacted by the writer's strike. So supposedly all the scripts were already written and they're plowing along. let's see here. New Star Wars movie release dates will not be yearly. They will be considered event films. So just so you know there, no official news on dates or anything, just that's the news, is that they will be big events when it happens. Sony Pictures has wrapped production on the new Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney rom-com, Anyone But You, and that will be coming out later this year. A new violent DC animated movie called Justice League War World has officially been given an R rating. I like these R-rated DC movies. Very, very cool. We have a series update for the One Piece Netflix live action series that is given by the manga creator. So check that out if you'd like to learn more about where we're at there. The Eric Andre show gets a season 6 trailer, so check that out as he's ready to bring back some new episodes to his show there. James Gunn's script for Superman Legacy was submitted before the WGA strike, so that's good news there. If they want to start filming Superman Legacy, they don't have to worry about the script not being done, as James Gunn turned it in beforehand. So nice news there. The Invite is a new movie that's being put together, and they have just added Paul Rudd. And it's going to be a star-studded comedy when they're all done with everything. So, of course, Paul Rudd, a great addition to any kind of comedy that you're doing. It makes the most sense for sure. Secret Invasion is going to be getting 6 episodes, and they're going to be about an hour long, of course, when that show hits on Disney Plus. Nick Fury says he hopes he's also not Nick Fury. Samuel Jackson says he's hoping that he's not done with Nick Fury after Secret Invasion. We know he's going to be in the Marvels as well too, but he says he is loving playing this character, and he will continue to do it for Marvel as long as they like. Big news here. Yes, we're still moving forward on the Mortal Kombat 2 movie, and we've been wondering who is going to play Johnny Cage. This has been a big speculation, and it sounds like Carl Urban, that's right, Carl Urban himself from The Boys, is in final negotiations to play the iconic Mortal Kombat fighter Johnny Cage in the sequel to the 2021 film. This is pretty cool, man. I love Carl Urban. He's great in anything. He would have been my pick for to be Batman, that's for sure. I love everything that he does. So this is big time right here, man. What a great addition to Mortal Kombat if he's going to play Johnny Cage. So super down with that. I want to take a second. I forgot about this. I had it written down and I flopped right over it. I want to shout out all of you guys and say a big thank you because Am I on the Air last week received kind of a milestone. We had over 750,000 downloads. Yes, we've been, on the air now for a decade. But that's a big number, man. 750,000 downloads for the podcast. And I just want to say a thank you, man, to anybody that's ever listened, shared, reviewed, gave it to a friend. That's a lot of, we're very close to 1 million downloads, guys. And I hope to hit that in the next year or so. So I just wanted to take a quick sec and say thank you because that was pretty amazing to see. Congratulations to Evil Dead Rise, which crossed $100 million at the box office, and it did not cost very much to make at all. Like I said, if you didn't see Evil Dead Rise, it did hit VOD today, so you can rent or buy it, so definitely check that out. Doctor Who Season 14 has officially added Frozen star Jonathan Groff to the cast. Henry Cavill, along with Jake Gyllenhaal, are joining Guy Ritchie's new movie that he's doing, so there you go. I like the additions of that. Andrew Garfield is going to be doing a new movie, and they just added Daisy Edgar Jones to join him to a film called Voyagers, the romantic drama. Loki Season 2 will be coming later this summer, so we'll see if that actually sticks. The Acolyte, Manny Jacinto, talks about his Star Wars character in the upcoming show that'll be coming to Disney Plus next year, so check that out if you'd like to know a little bit more. In the movie from the Marvel Universe that cannot seem to ever get it going is Blade. That's right, because Blade is delayed once again. This time, though, it's due to the writer's strike. There is a big writer's strike going on. We talked about this last week. This is forcing a lot of TV shows and movies to shut down as they cannot go into production. If you still need to write a script, if you're still tweaking things, you can't do it. And we just talked a couple weeks ago about Nick Pizzolatty from True Detective coming on to help rewrite the script to this movie. And here we are. They were supposed to start filming in about a month, and they're not going to be able to because of the writer's strike. So Blade has officially been delayed due to the strike. So we'll keep you posted on this when we're able to get going once again. We got an article up with Will Poulter talking about joining the MCU as Adam Warlock. Um, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 came out to 17.5 million in its Thursday preview screenings, which is really, really good. Sean William Scott is set to star in a new rom-com from Luke Greenfield called The Last Bachelor. Uh, Emerald Tubia of Shadowhunters is set to star in a new high-concept horror film called Rosario. This lady is gorgeous, so hello, and I will check out Rosario. Uh, Little Mermaid is they're predicting it to open with around 110 million. Liev Schreiber is set to lead Xavier Jen's new directed action thriller, The Guns of Christmas Past. Elizabeth Moss and Kate Hudson are set to star in a new sexy thriller called Shell. Ooh, we'll see what that turns out to be. Um, Chris Pratt says he would be interested in continuing to play Star-Lord after James Gunn's departure. So this has been a big thing, right, with Guardians, is that James Gunn keeps touting it's his last movie. We're not doing any more Guardians. We've heard Dave Bautista say he's done. We've heard Zoe Saldana say she's done. So it does seem like a lot of people are wrapping up with this film. But when Chris Pratt was asked point blank, he was like, I would definitely love to continue playing Star-Lord. I love this character. So I'm glad to hear it. We would all love to see more Star-Lord, that's for sure. The spin-off to Yellowstone is set to debut in December. So that's pretty quick, man. So even though there's no season 6, we're getting that spin-off in December, which is pretty cool. All right. Something else that's pretty interesting is, give me one sec. This is a really interesting story right here. So the other day, the news comes in that CBS has decided to cancel SWAT after 6 seasons. And that sucked because I'm a big fan of the show SWAT. And I was like, what the hell, man? And then I saw an interview with Shamar Moore where he was talking about how the show does really well in the ratings, how it's the most diverse cast that's on TV, and that how they were promised by the network that if the show was in any danger of being canceled, that they would get a way to have closure, that they would get another wrap-up season, maybe a shortened season, something in the works. But nope, the show just gets canceled. So Shamar Moore, again, blasted the network. And a lot of the fans kind of came at the network too and were like, yo, man, we love this show. How are you going to just take it away like that? So, in a very rare situation, probably 2 days later, after this announcement of its cancellation, CBS came out and said they were reversing the decision and the show is no longer canceled. It will be back for a 7th and final season at that point. So it is getting one more season. The show is still getting canceled after the 7th season, though, so it will get its closure and wrap it up. So congratulations, Shamar Moore and the cast and crew, for a show that was canceled and brought back on the same network just a couple days later after a reversal decision. So this is super, super cool. And I'm very excited about this. I mean, usually if a show gets a callback like this, it's because Paramount Plus picked it up or Netflix picked it up, like it gets a different home. This is CBS uncanceling a show that they just canceled and saying, we were wrong. We're going to give it a send off. So, congratulations for SWAT being canceled and then coming back for a 7th and final season. We have all your winners from the MTV Movie Awards that just happened over the weekend. So, check that out if you'd like to know who won what. Call Me Kat officially canceled after 3 seasons. Psych 4, the script is done. So it looks like our next Psych movie is moving forward over on Peacock. So good to know that the script is done. The Summer I Turned Pretty is going to go weekly for season 2. So that is coming to Amazon Prime. We have an article up with cancellation anxiety. That's right. 20 broadcast shows that are on the bubble over at ABC, CBS, CW, Fox, and NBC. So check that out and see what the status is for your latest. Real-time Idris Elba Archie Punjabi thriller Hijack is coming soon to Apple TV+. It will debut this summer, so looking forward to that one. SNL canceled due to the writer strike, so that's it, man. SNL is done for the year. Taylor Swift reveals that Speak Now will be her next re-recorded album that she's doing, so Taylor's version. Let's see here. Marvel Studios still gearing up to shoot Deadpool 3 and Thunderbolts in the upcoming weeks, even though Blade is on pause because the script isn't done, but the script is done for Deadpool 3 and Thunderbolts, so they're able to proceed there. Apple's show Loot has officially shut down due to the writer's strike. I love Loot. This is one of my favorite shows on Apple TV Plus. Sad to hear that it has paused production, but hopefully they'll be back up and running here pretty damn soon. Adam Driver supposedly has accepted the role of Reed Richards for Fantastic Four. Now, I still take this as a grain of salt, even though a lot of people are running with this news that he has signed his deal and accepted the offer. I still feel, until we hear it from The Hollywood Reporter, Marvel themselves, Variety, one of the major outlets, I can't say this thing's 100% done. So we'll keep it as a rumor at this point. Andor Season 2, the final episodes will lead directly into Star Wars Rogue One, which is what we heard before, so that is official now. Stranger Things, the final season, is now delayed as well due to the writer's strike, so very unfortunate there. We have a full list now of TV shows and films that are impacted by the writer's strike after negotiations have faltered between the WGA and the studios and the streamers. Piece of news I did not expect is that they're looking at doing another G.I. Joe movie. That's right. Supposedly they were going to do something new over at Amazon. They were going to do a TV show and it got scrapped. But now they're looking at doing another movie, even though the two previous movies have just done okay. And Snake Eyes was a bomb of epic proportions. So they're going back to the well again, so we'll have to keep you posted here with what's coming down the pipe for G.I. Joe, but they are looking at doing something again with that property. Star Wars Vision Season 3 is now in development over at Disney Plus, so they are moving along there. We got your article up, of course, with everything coming and going to Netflix, Disney Plus, HBO Max, Hulu, and everything else. So check out what's coming and going there to all your favorite streamers. Let's see here. Ooh, trailer. Dude, talk about trailers. We have the first official trailer for the Meg 2, right? Meg 2, The Trench. This is going to be hitting theaters on August 4th, and I'm so there for it. This movie, now the first Meg movie, for the most part, seemed like it was taking itself pretty seriously, right? Like it was a pretty straightforward shark movie. It had its moments, but it was pretty straightforward. Meg 2, The Trench, you watch this trailer, it is balls to the wall, batshit crazy. So it looks like they are embracing the campiness and the craziness of what Meg can and should be. We have multiple Megs. We got Krakens. We got all kinds of crazy creatures. And Jason Statham's back, and he's stopping shark mouths with his foot. And so make sure you check out the trailer for Meg 2 hitting theaters again on August 4th. The trailer is fantastic. We also have the new trailer for Oppenheimer, so make sure you check that out. That comes in theaters on July 21st. The Game of Thrones The Hedge Knight is officially paused due to the writer's strike. Clone High is coming to HBO Max. The Bear Season 2 is coming soon to Hulu. They just given a nice little release window that they're looking for this summer. So another sequel I didn't think we'd be getting is Lord of War 2. Do you remember that movie Lord of War with Nicolas Cage? Well, yes, they are doing Lord of War 2. Nicolas Cage is back, this time also along with Bill Skarsgård. So there you go. James Gunn says he thinks that Disney Plus is going to do more I Am Groots, which was the little animated shorts that they did on Baby Groot. He says he believes they're working on a new season of it, but he is not involved and doesn't know anything else other than it looks like they're going to do more. So there you go there. I Am Groot. A new Blair Witch Project is in the works, so very interesting that they're going back to that after 2 decades. Tom Hiddleston, along with Mark Hamill, are set to star in Stephen King's adaptation from Mike Flanagan of The Life of Chuck. James Gunn, doing interviews for Guardians, seemed to let it slip and confirm that Crypto the Superdog will be in Superman Legacy. So we're going to be getting the live action Crypto here pretty soon. Daredevil Born Again has officially grinded to a halt, also due to the writer's strike. So very sad to hear that they're stopping on Daredevil Born Again. The Damning of a Country Merchant. Mackenzie Davis, along with Peter Skarsgård, are set to star in the 1910 horror film. Christina Applegate, unfortunately, is retiring from on screen acting due to her MS. But she will voice Kelly Bundy in an upcoming Married with Children animated show. So definitely always wish our best to Christina Applegate. I know she just, I loved her in Deaf to Me. And that was a rough final season to watch her kind of grind through, but she did it and she was great. And just definitely wish her nothing but the best. Cruel Summer, we have a season 2 trailer, so check that out. Talking about new deadly new mystery and a complicated love triangle. So check that out coming soon. More Cheers, the SWAT stunning resurrection. We did it! So make sure you check that out to learn the full story there behind that. But with every we did it, there is a goodbye. And because CBS, even though they did cancel SWAT, they did cancel East New York and True Lies following that announcement. So those two shows were in their first seasons and they have been canceled. So East New York and True Lies. We've got an article up with Mayim Bialik talking about the Call Me Cat cancellation. And she talks about where all the characters would have ended up. The CW has acquired a new hit Canadian comedy show for a summertime run called Son of a Critch. So you can check that out. A Netflix opioid drama called Painkiller that is led by Matthew Broderick and Uza Aduba is coming this summer to Netflix. Universal's Please Don't Destroy movie is moving out of theaters and will be a Peacock exclusive. That's right. For those of you who don't know, Please Don't Destroy, these are 3 really funny writers that do SNL. They help write a lot of the skits on SNL, and they usually have their own little section each week on SNL as well. And they've been working on an untitled film that was supposed to come out in August. And the decision's been made to take it out of theaters and put it onto Peacock. Hopefully that doesn't mean the movie sucks. This is also going to be produced by Judd Apatow, which also lends to be a good news there. But yeah, so there you go. No more theatrical, going to Peacock. Let's see here. Also, because of the shifting, the release date for the R-rated movie Strays, which is Will Ferrell's and Jamie Foxx's movie where they do the voices for these dogs, has been moved from June 9th to August 18th to avoid the crush of summer blockbuster season. It would have got crushed on June 9th, so I think August is a better fit for it. August 18th was where that Please Don't Destroy movie was going to be, so since it's going to Peacock, Strays is now going to take that date on August 18th. Season 2 of The Bear got the official date, June 22nd. So Hulu will have season 2 of The Bear on June 22nd. Let's see. 282 million globally for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Congratulations. That's awesome. I told you it was right around that 300 million mark, which ain't too shabby for like 3 days in the theater. We got a pretty cool new poster up for the Meg and Transformers. Make sure you check those out. That is available on our Instagram and our Twitter feeds. We have the first reactions for the Little Mermaid movie. The embargo lifted last night, and it sounds like really good stuff, guys. So sounds like things are paying off for Little Mermaid. A Matlock reboot, Good Wife spinoff, and Damon Wayans and Damon Wayans Jr. comedy have all officially been ordered to series over at CBS. So there's some new stuff coming down the pike. Something else going away is Walker Independence. That's right, Walker Independence canceled after just 1 season over on the CW. It's also the end for Jack Ryan. That's right, John Krasinski coming back for a 4th and final season of Jack Ryan. They will debut in June on Prime Video, so that will be the final season there. Walker, even though Walker Independence has been canceled, Walker, the original show, has been renewed for season 4 over on the CW. It is official. We are getting Beetlejuice 2. It's been kind of still in the rumor mill for quite some time. It is official now. Beetlejuice 2, starring Michael Keaton and Jenna Ortega. Yes, it is official. She's joining the cast. Is officially going to hit theaters on September 6th, 2024. So big news there, man. We're just about a year and a half away of getting Beetlejuice 2. It's awesome. Minx Season 2 coming to Starz. This was a show that was on HBO Max, got canceled, and then Starz picked it up. It's going to be debuting in July, so keep an eye out for that over on Starz. The Mandalorian star Rosario Dawson and the Grand Budapest Hotel star Tony Revolori are set to be co-leads in the upcoming Western animated series Ghost of Ruin. Emma Roberts is set to headline a new comedy called Hot Mess. Melissa Barrera and Nicholas Hoult are set to lead a new erotic horror movie called The One, and I'm on board. Yellowstone Season 5 coming soon to Peacock. So for those of you that missed Season 5, the first 8 episodes of the show will be coming soon to Peacock to stream. It sounds like they're still looking to move forward on Alita Battle Angel 2. I'm so down. Let's make it official, guys. I'm waiting. Justin Theroux has also joined Michael Keaton and Jenna Ortega for Beetlejuice 2, so we're already starting to stack that cast up. Rebel Wilson said to star in a new action comedy from Expendables 2 director Simon West. It's going to be called Bride Hard. Okay. Kevin James set to lead a new mobster action comedy from director Edward Drake. It's going to be called Guns Up. Love me some Kevin James, so I'll definitely be checking this one out for sure. Theo James is set to star in a new Stephen King adaptation from James Wan and Osgood Perkins. It's going to be called The Monkey. The Big D, a canceled dating show, moves from TBS to USA Network, and that is going to be coming soon after TBS scrapped it, USA picking it up. Pedro Pascal, set to star in Zach Cregger's new movie, Weapons. That's right, Pedro Pascal has signed to star in Weapons, the newest movie project from the filmmakers behind the horror breakout Barbarian. The movie is described as an interrelated, multi-story horror epic that is tonally in the vein of Magnolia. So very interesting there. Magnolia, of all films. And that, my friends, is the end of the show. Look at us coming in right around the 40-minute mark. So thank you so much for tuning in and checking it out and getting caught up with all the latest and the greatest, because you know we love you and we appreciate you. AmIOnTheAir.com is our official webpage. Make sure you bookmark that. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcast or Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon Music, Spreaker, Stitcher, TuneIn, wherever you listen to podcasts. Subscribe to us, please, so you always know when a new episode drops. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Am I on the Air? You can follow me on Twitter at DXDonMega. Make sure you like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Am I on the Air? And of course, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all simply at Am I on the Air? Thank you to our great affiliates at Red Dragons Radio and the Pop Culture Pros. Make sure you follow on Twitter at Red Dragons Radio, all one word, and Pop Culture_Pros. And thank you to those two for always streaming Am I on the Air on demand and supporting the podcast. We really appreciate you. And that will do it for me. We will be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Like I said, keep your eyes open for the big Am I Still on the Air? Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 spoiler review. Looking to get Friggins and Peeps back with me, and we'll break that one all down. Looking forward to a great conversation there. And I hope you all have an amazing week. Take care of yourselves and each other. And until next time, y'all. Peace.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for listening. Red Dragon!